What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today we've got another episode of the Differentials. Game week 3, I didn't really have much time, wasn't feeling up to it. Let myself down on video quality, I'll hold my hands up for that one. This one, we're back to the normal concept. We go through every player individually. They've all got their own little stats. Let's jump into things. First of all, we've got the goalkeepers and we've only got one this week and I think it's actually quite a bit of a gem. That is of course ADRIAN. Now, I say of course, I mean it wasn't that surprising. I mean the differentials for a reason, not many people have picked them. But if you do see me looking down, of course I've got stats on the screen, I'll say it every week just in case anyone picks up on it. But ADRIAN, West Ham goalkeeper, £5 million he's valued at, and he's got a select percentage of 3.6% at the time of recording this video, scored 13 points so far, has a home game against Watford coming up. Now this one looks good. Home game against Watford really could be, well, the first time we see Payet. Maybe West Ham get a clean sheet from that because of the scare factor of Payet. Their 4 games after that: West Brom away, Southampton at home, Middlesbrough at home and Crystal Palace away. All 5 of them, if West Ham are up to their last season standards, you could see him getting 5 clean sheets. And for a goalkeeper that's just £5 million, valued at £5 million and selected by 3.6% of people, really could be a little bit of a gem. And this week I think he could get a clean sheet. Next up, we've got 3 defenders this week, who would have thought? But next up, we've got Ben Gibson, I think. Gibson from Middlesbrough. He's valued at £4.5 million, selected by 1.1% and also scored 13 points like ADRIAN so far this season. He's got a home game against Crystal Palace and, you know, he's played in all 3 of the first 3 games. I'm not sure about injuries, but I don't think I had any, so he should be first team come, the Crystal Palace game. And of course, I feel like Crystal Palace have let themselves down so far. And I could see Middlesbrough easily stealing away from this with the win and also maybe a clean sheet. Worth noting that Gibson could go up for a corner, maybe get a goal or assist from that. So I feel like if we're looking at a clean sheet, he's going to get it. Anything bonus, well, you know, it could be coming because Palace really haven't started well this season. And next up, we've got a new transfer in David Luiz, who I think most people might have forgotten about. He's a Chelsea player, valued at £6 million, selected by just 0.5% of people, and of course he scored 0 points so far. Away game against Swansea coming up. Now, with David Luiz, it's a weird one, because you look at him and you think, where can he sit in the defence? Because Chelsea's defence has been alright. You've got Ivanovic one side, Azpilicueta the other, Cahill and Terry in the centre. Zuma, remember, when he comes back, maybe he's going to replace Terry. Maybe he's going to go into the midfield. And if he goes into the midfield, £6 million is a bargain because he's fantastic on the ball, fantastic going forward. He can also get the clean sheet bonus as a defender, and that's an amazing player to have. Almost like Eric Dyer of last season. And considering playing against Swansea, who haven't really had the best of starts so far this season, and look, you know, like they could get battered a bit in this game, David Luiz is definitely one to watch out for. Although I don't know if he's going to start. Fingers crossed he does. Just putting that one out there. He might not start. Our last defender is Mr. Galloway, who's currently, you know, a player at Everton, but he's loaned out to West Brom. He played the game week 3 before the international break. I'm pretty sure he's going to play game week 4. Again, fingers crossed, I don't know for sure. That's why it's differentials, because we don't. It's this huge amount of risk, really. But he got a clean sheet in his first game week, so hopefully he should get one in his second. And he's got a away game, against Bournemouth. And from then, after that, he's got West Ham at home, Stoke away, Sunderland away, and Tottenham at home. All of them you could see him getting a clean sheet in, and West Brom being really solid, and if not, hitting teams maybe on the counter just for 1 goal, 1-0 wins is what Pulis specialises in. And I think Galloway, the going forward ability he has as well, for £4.5 million, really could be a good deal. He's differential as well, 0.3 select percentage. I think he's an absolute bargain. Moving on to midfielders, I only got 2 this week. We've got another new transfer, Mr. Jeff Hendrick from Burnley. He is valued at £5.5 million. Select percentage, 0. He's got a select percentage of 0. And he's got a home game against Hull coming up. Now, I'm a bit on the fence. This one is a massive risk because you don't know if he's going to play, first of all. Second of all, he's a central midfielder. Maybe, you know, hit back on defence when they need to defend. And he's come from the Championship. You don't know what you're going to get. And £5.5 million, you get players like Feghouli, Jordan Ibe, Max Gradle. You know, you've got loads of different wing players there. You could go forward and get more points. But I feel like Hendrick could be really important. It was monumentally important for Derby, and I feel like it really could be important for Burnley. So £5.5 million, if you've got the money, I think it's well worth the risk, considering technically no one has him. You mentioned a Burnley player, they're playing against Hull. Why not mention a Hull player? And the second and last midfielder we've got is Robert Snodgrass. Now, he's going to be featured a lot because he's featured on my international break video because he scored a hat-trick against Malta. And that's basically why he's in here. £5.6 million he is valued at, selected by 4% of people at the time of recording. So far he's scored 14 points, and then of course he's got an away game against Burnley, followed up by a home game against Arsenal, away against Liverpool, home against Chelsea, and away against Bournemouth. So that obviously does go against him, but Robert Snodgrass is the sort of player that if they're looking for a key moment in any of those big games where they're not expected to do anything, he's the player that they need to look upon. And of course he did it against Leicester. That volley he hit with the left foot, he did it against Leicester, kind of with a big moment against a team that you really think should have been beating Hull. That's the sort of player he is. That's why I think at £5.6 million, Robert Snodgrass is well worth the risk. Finally, into the attackers, and why not stick with Hull? I've got Abel Hernandez in there. Now, he's been featured before in the differentials, didn't do too well, but he's featured again. He's valued at £6 million, selected by 2.3% of people, scored 13 points so far, and of course he's got an away game against Burnley. You know the rest of the fixtures, I just mentioned them for Mr. Snodgrass, I almost forgot his name. But like I say, they're looking for a man. You know, if Snodgrass is the assister, you know, but the goal scorer by golly is going to be Mr. Hernandez. He is a clinical finisher, and I know from the Championship watching him, he's a fantastic finisher. Doesn't maybe contribute much to the team, but you know, Hull rejected £20 million worth of bids from Aston Villa, and that says a lot about how much they value him and how much he could be vital, and he really could be vital this coming season for Hull. And lastly, we've got Leicester's new recruit, Islam Slimani. I'm just going to call him Slimani because I don't really know his first name. And he plays for Leicester, valued at £8.5 million, a whopping signing. 0.2% select percentage. Of course, he's a new signing, like Hendrick, like Louis, so he's scored 0 points so far. He's got an away game against Liverpool. Now, an away game against the considered top 6 teams is always, that's a risk putting him in there. But differentials is worth about that, number one. Number two, Liverpool have been shocking at the defence. They've really been bad. They've conceded a goal in every game. They've conceded 6 goals so far, which you know, is an average of 2 every game, and that gives them, you know, 2 chances at Leicester. And I think Slimani really could batter down the defence. You've got Vardy at the pace. You've got the big man, small man partnership, and I'm a big fan of that. And if they can get working together, whew, that could be a high scoring partnership right there. And that's how today's video. Hopefully you have enjoyed. That was really fast. I'll say that again. And that is that for today's video. Hopefully you all have enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and who do you think is going to be quite a good differential for this coming game week? Thank you all for watching. Have a good game week 4. Game week 4 is. Have a good game week 4, and I'll see you all next week. Peace.